What up, YouTube? It's your boy ABC Delicious. So I had said previously that I would make a video telling you guys about my overall experience because recently I went back to the States for a month to hang out with friends and family. I was in New York, and I haven't been there in about 8 years. So what was my general impression? I mean, I lived in New York for about 9 years before I was in Taiwan, and those of you who live there, you know what it is. Like, you can't beat the vibrancy, the energy, the thickness of the girls. It's definitely something that you can't replicate living anywhere else. So there's definitely that kind of factor, and I also felt like just because living in Taipei, maybe it spoiled me a little bit, but I just felt like New York was so expensive. Every time you go out and eat, it's at least 12 to 15 bucks US. Don't get me wrong, I love my fellow New Yorkers, but just comparing places, people in New York are kind of rude. The few instances when I needed help, a lot of people didn't seem like they were that interested in helping me. Even people when it was their job, like at the MTA, which is the subway system that they use in New York. So I felt that a little bit. And also, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, in Taiwan, and I'm sure there's other countries like this, you just feel so at ease. You can be a little bit more oblivious. But in New York, you definitely have to, in my opinion, be on guard. So I definitely felt that a little bit. You have to be, as they say, on your P's and Q's. There's certain things that you can do in Taiwan that you just can't do in New York for lack of a better term, just for your own safety. But overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the trip a lot. So I was primarily in Queens. Family lives in Flushing, so I got to see a lot of friends and family. I got to see my grandfather, who's still ticking at 95 and still has a full head of hair. So you know what that means for your boy. I think the locks will be flowing for infinity. Besides that, I had planned some different trips over the weekends. I went to Albany to hang out with my cousins. That was very interesting. I hadn't been at my aunt's house since I think I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, so that was a trip. Not much has changed. A little bit more clutter. It's cool though to hang out with my cousins, but God bless them, I couldn't live where they're living. It was just like very you guys know Deliverance? Very so yeah, I just can't do that. Maybe one day when I get married and have kids, but it's kind of like a place frozen in time. I just couldn't imagine living there. And it was good to see them. All white people. Very rural area. Yeah, not much else I can say about that without breaking some confidentiality agreements. Besides that, I also went to Connecticut to hang out with my boy David. Ooh, I almost said the last name. I don't want to give the last name in case he doesn't want that. Again, it was kind of very strange. Went to go check out my house. It's painted a very bad yellow color that I think me and my family don't approve of, but that was interesting. I did knock on the door because obviously it'd be kind of strange if a random people were outside your house taking pictures. So I did knock on the door, nobody was home, took some pictures. Funny though, when I was about to leave, some people came back, so I was just like, should I? But it's kind of weird. Like, what kind of conversation are you gonna have? You're gonna say, hey, I grew up where you guys are living now. Can I look around? So again, no, I avoided it, but you know, it's on my Instagram, on my Facebook if you guys want to check it out. So overall, Connecticut is the same. It just seems like everyone's married, has kids, and I hate to say it, a little bit washed. You know, when I was in high school, I was bemoaning everything because I was like, oh, I look like I'm 8 years old. This is when high school, when it was like 16 to 18. It's unfair. But turns out, I'm peaking at the right time. Overall, Connecticut, a little bit more diverse. Not really though. And in Chinese we say 有点难听, which is a little bit negative to say, but I felt like it's a little bit different from New York, California. People are a little bit less, they care a little bit less about their physical appearance, health. I don't know what it is. Just a lot of thick, either young people, a lot of thick people, aka overweight, fat. But I got to see a lot of my high school friends. That was cool. See what they're up to. Saw a couple of my like childhood friends that I didn't see at the last trip. So that was really good. Again, not a lot has changed. Went to Milford Amusement, which no longer exists. It used to be an arcade. Kids out there are wondering what are arcades, but it used to be where we used to go all the time and where your boy used to slay with Chun-Li and Street Fighter 2, but that's been long gone. Went to the Post Mall. That's completely different. I barely recognize it. Although it's funny, they have this machine there. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm pretty sure it's hacked or rigged. It's a vending machine. And inside there are like high-end products like an iPad, iPhone 10, Switch, etc. And then you put money in and you have a key, and the key has to go all the way back. It has to clear the hole in this mold, and it has to like kind of pull the mold back and to knock it off. I put at least like 10 bucks in there. That thing is really addicting. I could see how casinos are for like gamblers. Anyway, luckily I was able to pull myself away from that. Anyway, really good to go to Connecticut, hang out with people. As you can tell from my photos, if you couldn't, gained a lot of weight. And which is good because a lot of people are saying a little bit too thin. So, but I was a little bit busy so I couldn't work out as much as I wanted to but overall it was a really good trip. Got to see everyone, and then the last one was I went to Boston, Massachusetts, and that was kind of cool. Got to hang out with my boy Alex and crash at his place, so big ups to him. Again, it was really good. We went to a going away party, so for other people I got to see a lot of people. I got to see a kid I used to hang out with, Greg, in high school. And he had moved to Brookline after graduation, so pretty good. I was making jokes that me and him were the only ones that were aging well. So overall, again, it was great to see everybody touch down. Like the whole purpose of this trip was just to kind of, you know, obviously hang out with my family, extended family that I don't get to see when I'm in Asia, but also just to like meet as many of my friends as I can. So if you're interested in, you know, who those people are, go on my Facebook, go on my Instagram, you can check that out. I was like a 14-year-old Korean girl. I was like taking as many pictures as I can. And then I feel like I'm slowly turning Taiwanese because I was taking so many pictures of the food that I was eating, which I more seldom do in Taiwan, but you figure like, you're only in, who knows when the next time I'll be in America. So I might as well take as many pictures as I can. And yeah, so overall it was a good trip. I went back. Jet lag was also a thing. I don't care if people out there who tell you it's not a thing, it definitely is. Took me about 2 weeks to get acclimated. Fortunately, this time back in Taiwan, it's been a lot faster, but that was like me being up at like 4 a.m., hanging out, doing nothing, so that was weird. And it was good timing too. I left Taiwan when the weather was crazy humid, and I also was in New York when it was like that kind of nice transitional period where the weather is very crisp and a little bit cool. And the same thing, I came back to Taiwan, it's starting to get the same way too. And yeah, that's about it. Overall, I would say it was a very nice trip, very successful. Got to see everybody, friends, family. I call it the aunts and uncle tour because I said like I saw basically all my aunts and uncles, which is kind of a weird nostalgic trip because some of them I haven't seen in decades. But overall, it was really good. I think like before I was saying New York is really good, but I think New York also made me realize that I'm very happy in Taiwan, and I just gotta get my ducks in a row, and I'm happy where I am. But it was really great to see everyone, and again, that's about it. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe, and comment down below. I'm gonna have a bunch of videos coming soon about different movies and also different TV shows I've been watching recently, and also I need to eventually change the format of this YouTube channel as well. So be patient with me because I'm learning and editing is not my thing. So anyway, take it easy and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.